What's going on, guys? I'm Jacob and this is Maker Cuisine, and today we're making sweet and spicy beer pickles. Now, pickling's been around for a long time. It's thousands of years old, and there you can pickle so many different things. But today we're gonna do cucumber, we have garlic, we have some red chili flakes, some yellow mustard seed, black pepper, vinegar, salt, sugar, and we have for the beer that we're going to be using, it's going to be a hazy IPA from a local brewery here in New Orleans called Second Line Brewery. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sweet, simple, to the point, and it's going to be really great. So let's get to it. All right, so first step, we're going to cut our cucumber. Good. Take out our knife, nice sharp knife, safer than a dull knife, but it is also still a sharp knife. So make sure you're practicing safety and going very careful, because you don't want to visit my fiance in a hospital. That's what you're not going to do. Slice these guys. You can slice them as thick or as thin as you want to. I want these guys a little bit thicker. Get that nice crunch. And we're just going to put them straight into this mason jar here. As many as you can stuff it. Next, I'm gonna add our garlic. So I'm using whole fresh garlic like this. You can use the chopped up stuff or pre-peeled if you want to. This is just what I prefer. So we're gonna pull our garlic off our heads just from the root. Get rid of what we don't need. Put that off to the side. Easiest way that I find to peel garlic, lay it on your cutting board, and with the side of your knife, press down till you hear it crack. Crack. And then you can come in and peel away the sides really easily. If it needs to go a little bit more, you just press it a little bit more. And then you peel off all that skin, and then you end up with a nice clean piece of garlic. For this recipe, like, you can put as little or as much garlic as you want to. I want mine to have a good bit of bite, so I'm gonna add 3 cloves of garlic. Just chop them up a little bit, crush them down to release all those oils that's in there, and then we're just gonna throw it right into the mason jar with the rest of the cucumber. All right, now that we got our cucumber and garlic in the mason jar, we're gonna add our spices. For this recipe, I'm using black pepper, red chili flakes, and yellow mustard seeds, and those are going just straight into the mason jar with the rest of everything. You can add as little or as much red chili flakes as you want, depending on how spicy you want this recipe. I decided to go with like a full teaspoon in this one. Now that we have our cucumber sliced, our garlic and spices added to our mason jar, it's time to make our pickling liquid that'll actually turn these into pickles. First, we grab our pot. Because these are beer pickles, we need to add an IPA beer. Here I'm using Vacation Juice, which is a hazy IPA from Second Line Brewery, which is a local brewery here in New Orleans. But if you make this, use a local beer near you if you can. If not, just use one you like. Then we measure out 1 cup of white distilled vinegar and add that to the pot. Next we add the sugar and kosher salt, and we're ready to go. It's going to foam up, but that's totally normal. All right, now we got everything in the pot here. We're gonna bring it over here to the stove and heat everything up to a simmer. All right, once that starts to simmer, we're gonna add in our whisk. My fancy vintage 1930s egg beater here. And we're just gonna whisk until all the sugar and salt is dissolved. It only takes about a minute or two. It doesn't take very long at all once the liquid's hot. Once it's simmer and all the salt and sugar is dissolved, just remove it from the heat. And I'm going to use this measuring cup to pour it into the mason jar because it's going to be just a lot cleaner. All right. We're just gonna add our pickling liquid to our cucumbers until they're fully submerged, and then allow that to cool. Once your pickles have fully cooled off, you can go ahead and cap them. let them sit overnight, and then they're ready to enjoy. Once these are fully cured, they can last for several months, up to a year or two in the refrigerator. They last for a very long time. So you can enjoy them at your leisure. But I always recommend enjoying them right away. So these are ones that I made ahead of time and had sitting overnight already. And you get the heat from the peppers, the bite from the garlic, the IPA lends a bitterness and a depth of flavor in there, and really just a nice sharp flavor to contrast the sweetness from the sugar. The cucumbers, the pickles themselves are crisp. The mustard in there, just adding in that great mustard flavor. Black pepper, adding a little bit more spice. It is really, really wonderful. These would be great on a burger, on a sandwich, or even just straight up. You can throw them on a charcuterie board that you've made yourself, just to add that little bit of extra flair. And said, these are homemade pickles that I made myself. This recipe is also just a base recipe. It can be customized to however way that you want. You can add more or less salt or sugar, all sorts of different types of spices. Go crazy with it. Make this recipe your own. I highly encourage it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this recipe. If you did, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of that and what other recipes and projects that you would like to see me do. Big shout out to my patrons, Marion Ward, Corey Wall, and Nick Vespa. Their support and yours help make this video possible. You guys rock. Couldn't do it without you. Thank y'all so much. And if you want to try this recipe or any others, remember, make moves, not excuses. And I'll see you guys in the next video.